And Martha, President Trump mentioned the 13 American service members who were killed, saying he wants to honor them by finishing the job here. What stood out to you tonight?
Well, that certainly stood out, but it is also how disconnected Americans are from this war. And that is one reason that President Trump tried to give this speech and make things clear, which really didn't happen tonight. It is really unprecedented that we would start a war of this scale without a president talking about it or debating it in the public or having Congress involved in some way before those attacks were launched. We have right now had 300 service members injured, several of them serious, in addition to those who have been killed. And the president hasn't really talked about that. The Pentagon does have briefings, but they don't answer a lot of questions and they don't give a lot of information about what is exactly happening to those service members. We know some of our bases have been attacked. We don't really know what the damage is to those bases. We certainly know some of our allies in the region have been attacked. So Iran is not exactly surrendering and giving up here. They are still launching missiles. They are still fighting the United States. And one of the things we keep hearing is this changing timeline from the very beginning. If you remember, a few weeks in, when he was mad at the British Prime Minister because he didn't want to send people to help open the strait, he said, "We don't need your help. We've already won." So the Americans are getting these all kinds of mixed messages. It's going to be over in a couple of weeks. More than 2.5 weeks ago, the energy secretary told me it would be over in 2 weeks, if not less. That has not happened. So the Americans deserve to know why that hasn't happened, why this timeline has changed, and what really is the objective. You also got to think back that President Trump was angry about the protesters, the tens of thousands of protesters that have been killed by Iran. And he made threats about that. But then that changed. The objective was then nuclear. The president had said the nuclear weapons program was obliterated last summer. It clearly was not, if they have to go back and do it again. And he said that is his objective. And then he says, you know, I'm not worried about the uranium that's buried deep in the earth right now. So I think it is further confusing the American people exactly why this will end, when this will end, and whether the objectives have been met.